Hello, Year 2. I'm Miss O'Neill's grandma,
And I'm Miss O'Neill's granddad.
and today we're going to tell you about what we did on our holidays in the 1950s.
Okay, so Grandma, where did you go on holiday?
Well, we used to go to Morecambe, and we used to go every year for 8 years. The
Okay.
same place.
And where did you stay in
We
Morecambe?
stayed in a guest house, and a guest house is like a small hotel.
Okay, Grandad, where did you go on holiday?
We went to Wales and stayed in farmers' fields in an army tent.
Okay. So when did you go to these places, Grandma?
Well, it was in the summer, so it was probably July or August.
And how long would you stay for?
Just a week.
Okay, Grandad.
We went in the summertime and always stayed for 2 weeks.
Okay, so Grandma, you went to Morecambe and Grandad, you went to Wales. Were these both seaside resorts or not?
Yeah, Morecambe's a seaside resort. It's like Blackpool. It's a seaside resort.
Okay, so you used to go down and play on the seaside?
Yeah, we used to go on the beach, go in the sea, and obviously make sandcastles. And there was donkeys there. We used to have donkey rides.
Okay, and what about yours, Grandad? Was yours a seaside resort?
No, it wasn't a resort, a seaside resort, but it was beside the sea in the farmers' field and the sand hills.
So you'd still have days out where you'd go down to the beach and you'd play on the
Yes,
sand,
that's right. Yeah.
but you'd stay on a field camping.
Yes.
Okay, Grandma, so how did you travel to your holiday?
We used to go on a coach, and we used to catch the coach in Manchester.
And how long did it take you to get to Morecambe?
It took about 2 hours. You would get to Morecambe now in a lot less time, but then it used to take about 2 hours.
And would you say people would get the train now if they went to Morecambe?
Yeah, they'd go on a train or
just
usually
drive.
They'd be going in a car, wouldn't
Yeah.
they? Most people would have a car.
And who did you go on holiday with?
My brother, and he was quite a bit older than me, so there were some times when he was too old to come with us that I used to be on my own with my mum and dad.
And you said that you used to have to make friends on
I
holiday.
used to make friends on the beach, yeah, and play on the beach with friends, yeah.
Grandad, how did you travel to your holiday?
We went in a large furniture van because we had to have such a large van because we had the large tents and all the other equipment we used to take.
Okay, and how long would it take you to travel to Wales?
Oh, it took us hours. It was maybe 5 hours because we had to go on all the old roads as there was no motorways in those days.
Okay, and who would you go on holiday with?
My mum and dad and my aunt and uncle and their 3 children.
Okay, so normally on at Seaside Holidays you would eat ice creams, hot dogs, donuts, burgers, chips. Was that kind of food available at the Seaside in the 1950s?
Well, we could get fish and chips, candy floss, and ice cream. And the ice cream used to be from a van, an ice cream van,
Yeah.
and it wasn't whippy. It was ice cream that you scoop out.
Well, that was good for you, wasn't
That
it?
was good for me because I think that's why I don't like whippy ice cream now. Because I really liked that ice cream then.
Okay. Grandad, did you say that you would buy rock when you went to the Seaside?
Yes, by rock, and we wasn't in a resort, so we just used to get normal sweets and toffees from the farmers.
From the farmer's shop.
Uh,
And did you buy the rock to eat or did you buy it to take home as presents for people?
Well, it was supposed to take home for our friends, but we did manage to eat some.
All right, okay. So normally you would buy it as souvenirs.
Yes.
Would there be any other souvenirs that you would buy whilst you were on holiday? So normally some people would send postcards or
Yeah, there was.
buy presents for them.
There weren't souvenir shops like there are today in seaside resorts. there were shops that you could buy buckets and spades and bats and balls from, and shops that you could buy postcards from. But we didn't send them as children.
But your mum and dad might have sent them.
Mum and dad probably would send postcards to our relatives.
Okay, Grandad, so what kind of foods did you eat on holiday? Did you go out for tea or did you stay in for tea?
No, we never went out for tea. No, we used to eat food that we normally ate. We'd bring a lot of food with us, and then
And cook. So your mum would cook it.
yes, we'd cook it outside on a primus stove, and we'd have our table and chairs, what we brought from home, our kitchen table and chairs.
So you brought everything that you needed in the van.
We brought everything we needed. We even brought our own beds.
Okay, Grandma, so did you go out for tea when you were in Morecambe?
No, we didn't go out for meals. We didn't, when we were children, we didn't go out for meals really. So we had our meals in the house where we stayed, and the lady who owned the house used to cook our meals. But sometimes if perhaps we'd gone out for a walk at night, we maybe get fish and chips. But the meals were always in the guest house.
And can you remember one meal that was made for you that was really nice?
Yeah, I do remember one. She made a really nice meat pie. I used to enjoy that.
Okay, Grandad, so what kind of clothes would you wear on holiday?
We used to wear just our normal clothes, the same as what we would normally, because we were playing out. We didn't.
You needed to wear stuff that you weren't bothered about getting
Yes,
dirty.
that's right. Yeah, because we always got very dirty.
And what about when you went out for the day or went somewhere out of the field that you were staying in?
Well, we'd wear something a bit more smart, like to, especially if we went for fish and chips.
Okay. Grandma, what did you wear?
Well, shorts and t-shirts and perhaps a sundress. And then when you went down to the beach, we had swimming costumes.
So that's very similar then, isn't it, to
Yeah,
what
similar.
we would wear today?
Yeah, just the fashions are different.
Yeah. Okay, so what was the entertainment like in Morecambe, Grandma, in the 1950s?
Well, there wasn't an awful lot of entertainment. During the day, I suppose we did the same sort of things that children do today. We'd go to the park. There was a park called Happy Mount Park where you could go on swing boats and play crazy golf, and there was a paddling pool there, and obviously on the beach. We used to do that in the day. And then at night, you could go out again into Happy Mount Park, and they did have illuminations, a bit like Blackpool illuminations at night there. And my mum used to dress me up at night to go out and put me in a pretty dress on and a bow in my hair.
Oh.
So we used to have a walk round. But also there used to be a pier in Morecambe, and
A show, did you say?
they used to, so there'd be a show, so you could go to a show. And also on the pier you could go on slot machines. So there was amusements.
So that's
And the other-
very similar then, isn't it?
Very similar. And the other thing would fun fair. So there would be a fun fair.
Okay. Okay, Grandad, so was that the same for you on your holiday for the entertainment, or was it a bit different?
No, it was different. We didn't have any entertainment because we was in the farmer's field, so we had to make our own entertainment. But which we did. We took our bikes with us. We used to ride our bikes and play cricket and play football.
And then did you used to go out anywhere in the day?
Well, we'd go to the beach, go and play in the sand hills, making dents in the sand hills on the beach. Go in the sea with our lilos. Well, lilos had just come out then. There was something new.
Okay.
And we had a lilo each, and we also had an inner tube out of a car tyre. That was like a rubber ring.
Yeah.
So we could float
In the sea. And what about at night time? What kind of things did you do?
At night time we was in the tent. We'd play board games, and drink pop. And
So basically you had like family time at the night then?
yes, yeah. Unless during the day, one day we perhaps go into Betheli to Butlins holiday camp. You could pay to go in for the day.
All right,
And
okay.
there was all kinds of entertainment, fairground and everything.
So I bet that was a fun day for
Yeah,
you then.
it was
as
a real fun day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so by the sounds of it, most people in the 1950s, when they went on holiday, they would stay in England and go to a seaside resort. Is that true?
Yeah, most people did. There weren't foreign holidays then. People that weren't going off on a plane anywhere.
Is that because there were no planes in the 1950s?
Well, there were planes, but not for taking people on holiday.
Okay. Do you know when it came out that people started to go on foreign holidays?
About 1960.
Yeah, the late 60s, early 70s.
Okay, so to finish off, do you think then that there is a difference between seaside holidays now and seaside holidays in the 1950s?
Well, I think basically the holidays are the same because children in the 50s went and played on the beach, went in the sand and in the sea, and they still do that today. There was still fun fairs, there were still amusement arcades, so things are pretty much the same. I think as well would be that you didn't go then, you wouldn't go just for a day out. Whereas now, you could perhaps go, get on a coach and go to Blackpool for the day, or go in the car and go for a day. Then it took too long to get there because of the roads. So you probably didn't go for days, well, we didn't go for days out to the beach. So that would be different in the 50s than it is now.
And you think maybe the entertainment is a bit more advanced now than it was?
Well, yeah, the entertainment's a bit more advanced. There'd be shows, like I said, on the pier. But
And
now
there's more shops and
much more
restaurants
shops.
and lots of things more to do.
Restaurants going out for meals, which you didn't do when we were little.
Yeah.
You didn't go out for meals.
Okay, thank you very much, Grandma and Grandad. Thank you for sitting in the cold. But this information will be very useful to Year 2's history topic.
Okay, bye-bye, Year 2.
Bye, Year 2. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Bye.
Bye.